Hello, it's episode 83. I had Tessa Davis on, longtime friend. She's been on several episodes before this. Couple episodes called the Bean Squad episodes. Tessa and Alex. We had a little group going for a while. Finally got Tessa back on. It's been a while. Good to catch up with her. Had a great episode. Talked about a lot of things. I was supposed to upload an episode sooner before this prior. I was in Fort Collins in Denver. Went with a comedian friend of mine, Skylar Potter. He had some shows out there, and I just kind of escorted him around and did some mics. I did about 4 mics there. It was fun. 3 of them, nobody cared. One of them was really good. But, it's just how it works with mics and everything. And there's way more comics out there, so had to wait a long time to go up. It's a lot harder to get the stage time that we get here. Because we can go for like 10 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes at open mics in Amarillo, just because there's not that many comics, But over in Denver, there's 30 or more at each open mic. So you got to cut everything down to 3 minutes, which is fun. It's cool. It's interesting. I like doing it. But yeah, I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. Did some great things there. At the time of my life, really. A lot of good things happened. A lot of fun. A lot of hilarity. So it was, and I got to meet really cool, really funny people. A lot of great comics out there. It was awesome. Saw some great shows. Everything was good, man. Everything was solid. And we were supposed to record a podcast. We just never got to it. We were hanging out at the Motel 6 and getting lost around town. We just never, so eventually Skylar's going to be on my podcast. It just hasn't happened yet. I've also got another podcast, High History, which George has the file. I just need to get it from him. So there's another podcast that needs to be uploaded soon. But anyway, we'll get to it very soon, I promise. And those will come out. And I'm also doing another podcast tomorrow. The guy named Shinigama. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. His name is Chris. He makes music, great music. He's a rapper. I don't know what you call it. Kind of metal, kind of hip hop, kind of blends things together. But I'm super excited about that one. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. It was a lot of fun to record. Had a great time hanging with Tessa. Talked a lot about how she's working towards becoming a professor, just getting a higher education. And she has a lot of interesting views on life. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for listening. This intro is brought to you by Talon Duncan and Black Sheep. I've had them both on my podcast before. You can go back and find interviews from both of them. I've had them both on twice. Not at the same time. But yeah, they collaborated for this song called Alive. You can find it on YouTube. I'll drop a link for it. Thank you for listening, guys. I love you. Oh, and by the way, there's also a promo code you can use if you need some supplements. AtlasSupco.com. That's Atlas, SUPPCO.com. If you need some supplements, they got great pre-workout called Conviction. They got some BCAAs that you drink during your workout called Resolve. They go great together. Super cheap, made here locally. The day I ordered it, I got it delivered to my house. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, use the promo code JT15 and help out my homie Talon. He makes music. He's a personal trainer and super talented dude. He made this beat that I'm about to play for you guys. Like I said, it's featuring Black Sheep, another good rapper out there, another good performer. So please enjoy it. Please look it up. Click the link later and enjoy the episode. Thank you.
I'ma keep grinding like I never die. This is what makes me alive. This is what makes me alive. I'ma keep grinding like I never die. This is what makes me alive. This is what makes me alive. I'ma keep grinding like I never die. This is what makes me alive. This is what makes me alive. I'ma keep grinding like I never die.
He gives money to preachers, but he don't go to church.
Gotta feel power lifting you up from inside.
Who get high repeatedly don't want to come down.
Baby, have you ever heard Black Sheep? Me neither. Bullet to your brain when he coming out the speaker. Dripping with the pain, I'm dripping with the sneakers. Simple with the slang, nah, never been a wheezer. Everybody swing, I'ma hit him with the heater. She gon' give me brain, it depend on how I treat her. Married to the game, hope my mama never meet her. Tell me how I please her. Dedicate
looked her in the eye, said you make me feel alive. I ain't in it for the pie, but I try to roll the dough. Couldn't get it, you can try, got a different type of soul. You could put me on the ropes, I would never choke. Then it's the minutes, out of minutes with every note. Just a minute from winning, I got 60 to let them know. Hold you in if I'm finna make your dinner come out your throat. Whoa.
And we are live at 10:28 a.m. I'm here with Tessa Davis, longtime friend. She's been a guest like 6 times probably. I don't know. Former member of the Bean Squad. If you guys remember that, go check out the old episodes of the Bean Squad. We used to tear shit up. Anyway, something I haven't done with my guests that I probably should do is just like give them like a quick, brief background to the audience so they know who I'm talking to. I'm very unprofessional, but now I'm learning things as I go on. Like, hey, ask them about their background. So let's just start. Day 1, you were a baby.
I was unfortunately without consent. I was a baby.
It is rough. I've surveyed a lot of babies, and a lot of them don't give consent.
Yeah,
So,
it's really annoying. I don't even remember doing it.
but so you were born in '93.
I was.
Okay,
Yeah.
Claude, Texas.
Amarillo, but close.
Oh, I thought you lived in Claude for a little bit, right?
Yeah, I did.
Good times. And then we met at WT, had the same major.
Widamoo.
Yeah,
And had principals, I want to say.
probably with Drumheller.
Yeah.
Nice lady.
Oof.
Yeah, she's cool, I think. I don't know.
No.
No?
She hated us.
Probably, but it's okay.
Matt and a few of our friends and I sat in the back and made a total joke of the whole class. I have pictures as proof. We did a group project, which was a fucking joke. It was bad. But we had a great damn time.
Yeah, I tended to make jokes of like basically every class, so
That's true. I don't know how you graduated, honestly.
it's kind of crazy. Like I still had good grades, even though I took nothing seriously. So
It's because you're charming.
maybe that's it.
Hi, Gretchen.
Teachers were into me, I guess. No, they weren't. That's not true. Not at all. I made that up. Anyway, you're still in school. You have a master's, right? Or are you still working on a master's?
I am getting my master's. I will have my master's in May of 2020 in communication. My emphasis is socioeconomic academic development and online dating structure and participation.
Whoa! Wait, that whole sentence. You're studying that specifically,
Yes.
so you can go and be. Your goal is to be like a professor, right?
Right.
So you're like, this is how dating works,
well.
socioeconomically.
So they're two separate things. So the socioeconomic academic development is my particular take on it is studying how children in low socioeconomic status break the barriers of socioeconomic or academic status through the journey of academia. So from the time, they're in either public or private school, all the way through college if they get there, and what resources high schools give or do not give, and how people like me, which I am the white trash scholar. That's what I like to call myself.
That's badass. You should have a podcast called The White Trash Scholar.
That actually sounds really cool.
Right?
Interesting. Anyway, so how those children harness what they have or what they don't have and use that to further themselves. So I grew up very, very poor. I went through high school. The counselor told me I should probably just get a job after graduation. Didn't offer me assistance in that. And so I had to figure it out by myself. And then I got into academia and I realized I was good at it and I loved it. And so I continued. So I just kind of want to see what high schools are missing, and what support can be given to those who maybe don't have familial support to
That's
get
awesome.
into academia or trade. I mean, either way.
For sure. Sure. I like that a lot. But when you graduated high school, that's what they said? They said you should probably just get a job?
Even though I had a 4.0.
And what high school did you go to?
Claude.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, I'm sure the education system was just bleh, you know?
well, and I think, it's it's easy to think that everyone is afforded the same opportunities, but they're not. Absolutely not afforded the same opportunities. And I mean, the education system's broken anyway.
Yeah.
Like, we all know that. But I think there are a lot more elements to it.
Did you know, like, well, from what I've heard, I don't have any evidence on it, it's just anecdotal, but the South part of the United States education system is, we learn a lot less than, people in the northern states.
Oh, yeah. I believe it. Because the emphasis for us, honestly, isn't on academia, it's on sports.
Texas history.
Texas history or like sports.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it didn't matter if if you're a football player and you didn't do your work. The coaches would chide your teachers until they gave you a C so you could play. So you're not learning things. You're not being pushed to learn things. You're being coddled like a child.
Yeah, I feel that. What's your take on that when it comes to like sports? Because I know like a lot of colleges, they emphasize sports more than they emphasize, like, a lot of the money will go towards sports instead of, investing in new technologies for classes and things like that.
Well, so I think that the problem is sports mainly comes from boosters. So they want to appease the boosters, just like you would want to appease an investor if you have a business.
For sure.
So that's why they're doing it. I don't think it's okay. I think sports are good and fine and teach you valuable things, I guess. I mean, I didn't learn anything besides how to throw up at 7 a.m. But, like,
discipline.
It teaches you those things, but there are other programs that teach you those things as well that could use funding. I was in the band program. I like to think that it taught me a lot.
Yeah, you can get the same principles from band as you do. I mean, it's working in a team.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. Or even UIL. If you're doing UIL debate, same thing.
For
same
sure.
Team dynamic. So, I don't know. I think it's a problem because there are valuable things. Like, honestly, I think reinvesting in, like, STEM subjects and pushing those for both genders is something that needs to happen, because I never, ever, and I know I think it's right brain that's creative, right?
I have no idea.
I don't remember. Very one of those brains, but I'm very creative. I'm very good at writing, things like that, and I know that, but that doesn't mean I couldn't have been great at a STEM subject either. But it wasn't really pushed for women. It was pushed for the young men.
Yeah.
You want to be a chemist, you want to do all these things, and then, like, a person I know from high school is going to be an aero something. Zara, if you ever listen to this, sorry girl, I know what you're trying to do.
Aerospace engineer. Just kidding. I don't know.
It might be it. That might be it. Something like that. And then I have another friend who's doing coding. But those things are never... You have to make that decision afterwards if you're a woman. Like, after high school, because you're not pushed to do those things. Even if you excel at them, you're not really pushed to do those things.
Yeah,
And I
don't even know what those things are, so...
STEM?
Yeah.
Science, technology, engineering, math.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see.
So, like, chemistry, math in general. I don't know. I think... But also, I'm not in the school district. But, I mean, teachers need to get paid more. Can we get an amen?
Amen.
They make the same that I do. And I definitely don't. I mean, I do a lot of work, but I don't do near as much as they do. And I don't pay out of pocket for
Is there not a simple way to, increase wages for teachers?
I think that I want to say it was HB 23 lately, the House bill, that did raise teachers' wages $2 billion in Texas.
Oh, nice.
But think about the distribution of that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot less teachers now.
Yeah.
We've got a lot, It's just their benefits are good, but it kind of just depends. It's just like I was talking about being a professor. There are different levels. There aren't different levels of being a teacher, but there are different social levels of being a teacher, I guess.
And I think all teachers, not all teachers, I think most teachers should get paid more. But there's also, like, if you coach and then you're just a teacher, you don't actually teach.
No, you don't. We have all had a history teacher that was a coach. And what did you learn? The book. Like, literally, you did busy work out of the book.
We just watched The West Wing in economics. I didn't learn any economics.
I wish.
And he would threaten us. He'd be like, "Oh, you guys want to be loud? You want to do work? Okay, I'd like to learn economics. He's like, no, we're watching West Wing. It's okay.
I've never understood that, and I understand that you have to it is required that you're both.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is weird to me. I don't think it does much good, but I do know. I mean, there are a lot of teachers who get burnt out really fast.
That makes
really
sense.
Fast because they're not. If you don't have spousal support as well, I think that takes a toll on you.
Yeah, for
honestly.
sure. Like that movie Freedom Riders. It's the only reference I have to is fake teachers.
Fake teachers.
Yeah.
But I mean, the public school system is broken as shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the administration pay versus the teacher pay. Come on.
I don't even know what that gap is, but I know it's big.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I mean, it's that way in higher ed too. So it's
Interesting.
just a general.
But so once you get your master's degree, you said you have to go into professorship. Is that like you have to do more testing, more learning, more studying?
Once I get my master's, professorship is just me being a professor, me having a job as an instructor, as a professor,
Nice.
whatever. So what I'm going to do, correct me if I'm wrong, any higher ed people that may listen to this, I'm doing my CV right now, which is your resume, but CV in academic world. And then I'm just gonna distribute it and see who's out there hiring, honestly, and see what I
Nice.
can get, because I really I know this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I did it for a year and I loved it. Every day of it was what I looked forward to during the week, and I love to research and I love to learn, and so you got to start somewhere. And if that's for me being a part-time instructor, Gretchen. If that for me is, starting out as a part-time instructor and getting a bartending job or something at night, then that's what I'll do.
Nice. I'm actually starting a college. I'll hire you.
Okay.
South Harmon Institute of Technology. So.
Shitheads.
Yo.
Yeah. Let me just let all the audience know there's a corgi in here, and she's like roly poly what? She's so cute, and she's snoring in the corner. That's why we keep laughing at her.
She looks cute though.
She does look cute. She looks like a little tootsie-roll. Hi, Gretchen.
That's funny.
He's so cute. But yeah, no, that's a plan. I've been looking into PhD programs at UTA, which is expensive.
For sure.
But I have looked in Boulder. I looked at Tech. Tech is the cheapest online one, which doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or I could just go wild, go crazy, go to Portland, go to DC, go somewhere.
Nice. But
So-
you said you'd want to go to DC?
I love DC.
It's just really like what's appealing about it? Like the architecture, the weather?
Architecture, weather, but really it's just the vibe. To be hippie, but when I was there, it was the happiest I've ever been in my whole life.
Really?
Yeah, I was doing something I loved, which was presenting my research. I was in a different city where nobody knew me and nobody could give a shit less what I was wearing or what I was doing.
That's always fun.
Yeah,
And plus, I feel like you can be more weird in DC than you can in Little All Amberella. You know?
no, and nobody cares what I did there.
Yeah.
I went out dancing. People were so kind to me. I literally have like 40 new Instagram followers from one night.
Wow.
Just going out dancing, having a good time. And it was just, I felt like I was fulfilling what I was meant to do.
That's
and I
awesome.
was
That's a great feeling.
able to be creative and be honest about who I was. And that's when I came out too. So it's kind of just
Came
like
out in DC.
Yeah.
Hey, happy Pride Month.
Thanks. I'm really excited.
Bah!
Are you going to go to Pride?
I don't know. What is it like a march?
June 23rd.
Or do they just walk around town?
No. It's not. No, it's a festival.
Oh, it's a festival.
Yeah. Here, they have a festival. And you guys actually... never mind. Comedy should probably not be on the ballot. I just realized that maybe not.
I don't have that many gay jokes.
But you still have them. Do you want to get mauled?
I wouldn't get mauled.
Yes, you would.
No, I make myself the butt of the gay joke, so
Okay.
no pun intended.
hate you for that. But yeah, happy Pride. I'm excited. It's gonna be my first Pride as not a fake ally, but now an actual LGBTQIA plus.
But some of the straight gays get upset with the bisexuals. Have you seen that?
Yes,
That's kind of crazy.
I am aware of that. I've been seeing some stuff on Facebook that's like, if you see a woman and a man together at Pride, that doesn't necessarily mean they're straight. They could be bi, they could be trans, you know, all those people. Straight people belong at Pride too, but only if you respect what Pride is and what happened.
Yeah.
And why Pride is what it is.
But yeah, you kind of need straight people to, like, you know, push the movement.
Yeah, I mean,
spread awareness.
Being an ally.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, there's a lot of. You never watch Paris is Burning? You should watch Paris is Burning.
It is.
Look up Stonewall.
Jackson.
Yes. No. Gretchen is having a great time.
What's Paris is Burning about?
Let me give you the actual description before I murder it. Just like in person.
Murder it.
Yeah, I know.
Murder it. Do you know any bands that are playing at Pride?
I don't at the moment.
I feel like I'm going to be out of town. Wait, June 23rd? That's like a Sunday, huh? Because I'm going to a wedding on the 22nd.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a Sunday. So I'll be in town.
The documentary focuses on drag queens living in New York City and their house culture, which provides a sense of community and support for the flamboyant and often socially shunned performers. Groups from each house compete in elaborate balls that take cues from the world of fashion. Also touching on issues of racism and poverty, the film features interviews with a number of renowned drag queens, including Will Ninja, Pepper LeBeige, I can't even say this, and Dorian Corey. So, I mean, do you know what the house structure is? Do you know what that means?
When they all live together? I have no idea.
Yes, I know. So there were certain houses. So if you watch RuPaul's Drag Race ever, they have, like, I'm trying to think. Oh, Kennedy Davenport. Okay, so that's one of the drag queens. Well, then there are people in her family. It's like a drag family. It's close to being a house. But I could give you this whole. Would you like me to? We're just gonna take to the internet because I don't want to say say something.
Drag family. I like the idea of a drag family.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So. In June of 1969, that's why Pride Month is in June, the Stonewall riots happened.
69. Okay, go ahead.
That's also Woodstock. Anyway, says the Stonewall Inn in the gay village of Greenwich Village, Manhattan, site of the 1969 Stonewall riots, the cradle of the modern LGBTQIA rights movement and the icon of the LGBTQ culture, and gay pride, is adorned with flags depicting colors of the rainbow. So this is Pride commemorates the Stonewall riots. The history of the gay rights movement in this country is usually dated to 1969, when the patrons of a New York City bar fought back against a discriminatory police raid. On June 28, 1969, the police arrived at the Stonewall Inn, a gay bar in the Greenwich Village. And, yeah, so...
Interesting. So they raided them because it was a gay bar?
Uh-huh.
And they tried to say it was, like, something to do with drugs or something like
they're
that?
pretty much just being dicks. Kind of just like, you know, the South in general now, but way worse back in the day. But,
oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so...
but that was in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess everyone was less progressive in 69.
But in New York, one of the most, well, I wouldn't say the most progressive place because we all know that's California.
Yeah.
But
Or Oregon.
Oregon, yeah, you're right.
But yeah, California seems to be passing all these, like, environmental things, so.
Dude, I watched this thing on Vice. Yes.
Oh, Vice is so cool.
Oh, Vice is the best. If you want real journalism, Vice. Anyway, I watched something about crystal meth. I did not know how crystal meth got across the border.
I have some.
It's crazy. We'll do it later. Have you ever heard about how they do this?
No. In their butts?
I mean, some people, but the big distributors, what they do is they make the crystal meth, and then they put it in water, and it dissolves the crystal meth. So then they drive like an F-150. You know the toolboxes?
Yeah.
Okay. So they fill the bottom with that water, the solution pretty much, with the crystal meth.
Crystal meth solution. That's interesting.
Then,
I wonder if I can put my contacts in that.
I think you'd have an interesting day for sure. But then they put diesel on top of it, and so they actually separate because one is I don't know the science, but they separate kind of like oil and water. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, so they do that, and so whenever they're going through border patrol, if they pop the thing, all they smell is diesel. And they don't know there's crystal meth underneath it. So then...
But aren't they like, hey, why is this toolbox filled with diesel?
No, you can do, it's a thing. If you have a dual
Dually?
pump kind of thing, yeah, you can do that, which is weird to me anyway. But, so then they drive across, and then they go to the lab, whatever. It's normally they rent a house, and all they do is separate it. And then they let it dry out, and then the crystal meth is back to the crystals. That is science. You guys think that making drugs is like all these idiot kids? Yeah. No, it's intelligent. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's very intelligent. But then,
and no one's like, does this meth smell like gasoline to you guys?
Yeah, like, do you feel like... But also, they don't care. They're fucking whacked out.
That's true. They probably can't even smell. Probably haven't smelled in years.
True. But then, so in Fresno, I watched this whole thing about Fresno.
My dad lives in Fresno. Shout out Fresno.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, he was talking about Fresno is the hub of Southern California for meth.
Hell yeah.
And
proud of that.
And they talked to a dealer who wasn't even trying to be on camera because the laws in California about meth are fucking crazy.
In a good way?
No. Oh. He was like, he had a baggie full of it, and he was like, if I got caught with this, I would just get a $150 fine.
Really?
A fine for meth. And he was like, this is the government's way of population control. And I think he's right. Wow. I know that's crazy that I'm listening to drug dealers at this point in my life, but just think about it.
No, drug dealers got some knowledge.
But,
for sure.
like, marijuana is more heavily regulated than crystal meth. Like, what the hell? And it's because Big Pharma doesn't want you to feel good. Like, I feel like marijuana has a lot of benefits. I mean, just like anything, you can get addicted to it. You can, you know, it can be negative. Just like literally anything ever.
For sure.
But Big Pharma really does not want you to feel good. I'm telling you.
I believe it. That's why, like, did you see Denver put a cap on insulin? Yep. It was like the first state to do it.
Yep.
Like, why didn't we do that 30 years ago? You know?
Man, I feel like the federal is gonna come for Colorado at some point for some reason. They got shrooms. They've got shrooms. They've got marijuana. They've got insulin cap.
It's crazy. I feel like it's got to be that. It can't be that hard to lower drug prices.
It can't be, but people are lobbying against it so hard that it's just fucking stupid.
Wow.
Well, and I know.
Because like the Trump administration keeps saying like they're gonna do something about it, but I don't know how that works. They probably just like, yeah, we'll do it eventually, you know. Like,
yeah, I think that's every administration that says, yeah, we'll do it. But for me, so I have hypothyroidism, so I have a lot of other shit. But
does that mean you like have super strength?
Fuck, I wish. Actually, we'll get to that. But so my medicine without insurance is like $80.
Oh.
And I'm like, y'all got me fucked up. It's not happening. And I have to have that medicine to regulate my body. So my body produces too much insulin. I mean, not insulin. Oh my gosh.
Too much hyperthyroid?
Thyroid hormone. And so, but it doesn't get filtered appropriately. I don't remember. He told me and I just don't remember. I just take the pills and get on with my life. But you can die from it. So that's
wow.
Fun. Yeah, you can die if it goes untreated. And when I got to the doctor, he was like, it's the highest I've ever seen. And I was like, oh, solid. Fuck me. That's why I said, is that why I'm fat? I literally asked my doctor, is that why I'm fat? And he said, that's like 70%. And I was like, the fuck?
It's like 70%.
Yeah. I mean, he's at least honest. But I was like, what the fuck, man?
Oh, man. That's.
But since I got on medicine, I've lost 40 pounds. So.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks.
Hell yeah.
I know.
That's always good. Always good to hear.
Yeah. Oh shit. Anyway, but back to the having superhuman strength thing. I went to the dietitian and she does, they do the little BMI calculator thingy, but they also do muscle mass and whatever.
Yeah.
So for a person my height, the normal muscle mass is like 78 pounds or something. My muscle mass is 165, and she was like, she did it 3 times, and she was like, "You're really strong." And I was like, "Am I?" Because I feel like a little bitch on like
Are you a
consistent
bodybuilder?
level. I was like, "Okay," and she was like, "I mean, it might be from carrying a little extra weight around." She's like, "But most of your body's pretty muscular," and I was like, "Oh, fuck you up."
I have noticed that guys who are like overweight have the best calves, strong ass legs. But
we gotta have some nice. No, my legs are banging because I had to hold up all this other shit.
That's funny. I want to go to a dietitian.
Yeah, I mean,
Sounds fun.
I have, from the hypothyroidism, I have gallstones in 3/4 of my gallbladder. Oh yeah, I feel like I'm dying like 90% of the time. Anyway, and I can't get surgery yet because I haven't met my deductible.
Oh, that's tough. I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Do you pay for your own health insurance?
No, the chamber pays for it.
Nice. I need to find a job that gives me health insurance.
Yeah, and
Or I can just be a comedian
I make
and die.
a comparable wage, and they pay for my health insurance, which is really awesome. Like dental, I'm gonna get. Don't judge me. I haven't been to the dentist in like 3 years.
I haven't been in a year at least. I need to go before I turn 26 and lose my health insurance.
Yeah, you need to go. But I'm getting a cleaning and 4 cavities filled for like $150, which is
Why
not
you got cavities? Brush your teeth, homie.
Bitch, I brush my teeth twice a day.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had a cavity. I was always blessed.
Well.
Blessed, no stress.
But also, here's the tea, sis.
Tell us about the tea, sis. Tell them about the gun line, boss.
So my mom's a druggie. Hi, everyone. My mom's a druggie who has no
Hi.
teeth now. Looks hilarious. Anyway.
Not even dentures?
Nope, not even dentures. And she's 50. It's pretty funny. Anyway.
Oh.
So,
Shout out to moms.
yeah.
Shout out to Crystal Meth.
Yeah, no, that for real. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, my mom's a druggie, so she never gave a shit about me having health care in general. So, like, my teeth have been fucked up for a long time, like,
Yeah.
because I didn't go to, I went to the dentist for the first time when I was 20.
That's tough.
3?
Wow.
23.
Wow.
And so I had to get my wisdom teeth removed.
So you had a bunch of problems you didn't even know about.
But I knew I had problems, though, because my mouth would swell. Like, back here
Oh,
would swell.
man.
I would look like a frog, which, ribbit, bitch. But,
Ribbit.
so I got those removed, and... Dude, this is adult. We should just call this adult cast.
Adult cast.
Yeah. 'Cause
Depression. I don't know why I'm talking like Batman. I'm Robert Pattinson.
You know what is my guilty pleasure is TikTok. It's really sad.
I didn't know you were 12. I'm just
Dude,
like,
there's some funny shit on there. I think you would enjoy it.
I've definitely seen some funny stuff.
But there's one like audio or whatever they're doing, and it's like, I'm gonna dip my balls in some $1,000 dressing because I got depression. And I think that runs through my head probably all day, every day.
That's hilarious. I feel like TikTok is like a new Vine.
It is, but it's a little better because there's more editing capabilities. There's more. But I will tell you some creepy shit that's on there, like the DDLG
Dick.
fetish.
Dirty dick. Long. Greg.
Greg, yes, Greg. It's dominant daddy little girl.
Oh.
fetish. Oh yeah, it's fucking weird.
Like
And they're
child porn?
No, it's like BDSM, but a sector of it, but not really. Okay, so here's the thing. Like
I don't support this.
I don't support it on an app where there are children. There's a time and place for that kind of behavior, and it's not on an application with children.
Children are on every app now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know. How do you regulate the world?
You can't. You
I
just
know.
gotta hide technology from your kids
Yeah.
until they're 23.
Yeah.
That's a time she
But
walked
then-
away from me.
But then if you do that, I feel like if you're super restrictive, then your kids are going to go fucking buck wild.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Like
that's proven. That's not like
Catholic schoolgirls. That's a real thing. Mm-hmm. They're so restricted from ever like talking about sex or anything that they're like end up being like the freakiest ones.
I had a friend in high school who was super, super restricted, and now she is polyamorous.
That's such a fun word.
Polyamorous, pansexual, and atheist. And
wait, what's the difference between polyamorous and pansexual? Does that mean the same thing?
Polyamorous means you have multiple partners and you have feelings for each partner. It's not like an open relationship is just sex. You have one main partner and then you have sex with other people. Mm-hmm. But polyamory is more than one partner, and your partners know about the other partners, and you have true feelings, true relationship with
Mormons.
them. And you can barely. Okay, let's and then pansexual is that you are attracted to male, female, presented male, any trans person, anything, anyone. Honestly, I'm just gonna say anyone.
Those are murky waters.
Come for me. It is. So so the difference between bisexual and pansexual, which I just learned. So bisexual is I am generally attracted to people who both present themselves as female and those who present themselves as strictly female, and people who present themselves as strictly male. So that does not include non-binary. I have nothing against it. That's just not. I'm just not attracted to them romantically.
Yeah, me either.
But pansexual is non-binary, trans, anyone who presents themselves in any manner. Mm-hmm. And if I'm wrong, please don't come for me, or come for me politely.
Yeah, it's Pride Month.
It's Pride Month. Let's give some love.
Educate.
But yeah, so she's completely different, and she just, and I mean, she spent 4 years being high as fuck, drunk all the time, dated a guy who is a drug dealer, like, went crazy, you know?
Who hasn't dated a drug dealer?
That's true. That's very, unfortunately true. And if you've dated me, I'm just kidding. But, yeah. I think restriction is just any restriction in general. Mm-hmm. Okay, so say you're going on a diet.
Yeah. And
you're a person who being really restrictive works for you, and you can make that happen, then great. But for me, if I'm super restrictive, it borders into the area of an eating disorder.
Oh, definitely. That happens with a lot of people.
Exactly.
That's why a lot of people don't stick to their diet.
Exactly. So I think restriction in any form can be really dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, you should still get pleasure from eating food.
Yeah,
you know, otherwise you're not going to stick to what you're doing.
And you know, for me, like I will never do keto again. I actually went out to the dietitian. She was like, "Do not," and I was like, "Okay."
That's funny. It's crazy, like the spectrum of opinions on keto.
Well, I think if you're using it to treat something, that's different. So I have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and they use keto a lot to do that. But since I do have the gallbladder issues, because I have hypothyroidism, my body is not going to process that correctly. It's not going to do the same thing that it may do for someone else. So I would say keto is not for everyone. And I don't think it's sustainable. I think that's also the basis of the issue. It's not sustainable. You need carbs.
Yeah.
Not in excess, but you need carbs to a point. Like apples have carbs. You know, if you're looking, would you rather eat a, Little Debbie snack, or would you rather eat an apple? Mm-hmm. You got to choose between the good sugars and the bad sugars.
Yeah.
Because, your body's going to process that fruit sugar a lot differently than it's going to process the processed sugar.
100%. Absolutely. That is what's weird about keto. Is it's like, oh, you can't have any sugar. Well, it's like fruit. There's wonderful, great things in all fruits that your body needs. So like,
do you want to play?
I do relatively low carb.
Yeah, I try to do that. That's why I'm vegetarian. I'll be taking supplements and stuff with it.
I just ate a burrito though.
Yeah, no, same. It was good though.
Yeah.
And it's just, honestly, the only bad part is the tortilla. And tortillas are about, I think, oh gosh, how many carbs? Normally I can say things offhand because guess what? Eating disorder. But it's like 150 calories for a tortilla.
Not bad.
Not horrible. I think carbs is probably 15 though.
That's cool. I'm still trying to lose maybe 10 pounds. I don't know. I'll decide when I get there. That's tough. But I was gonna go back to. Hey, you guys. Anyway, I was gonna go back to the Chamber of Commerce thing.
Yes.
What's have you been inside the chamber?
Yeah.
Is anyone locked in? How do we get the key?
No one's locked in there, but there are ghosts. I'll give you a tour if you ever want to
Really?
come by for real.
I do.
Our office is in a mansion,
Ooh.
the Bivens Mansion on 10th and Polk.
I'm just laughing at the dog growling.
On 10th and Polk. And no, there are ghosts there. Seriously, I believe in ghosts. Horde as fuck.
Horde? Oh, hard.
Horde,
Okay.
yeah.
Like a horde of ghosts.
But yeah. So it's kind of weird, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful place, but the dog is growling at themselves. So.
Having a good time. Have you have you seen any
I haven't
apparitions,
No,
as
I
they
have not
say?
seen apparitions, but the first day that I went up to the office alone, I go up the elevator. I walk out of the elevator and I go to so elevators here, you walk out and then there's a hallway and there's my offices at the end of the hallway. As soon as I get to the end of the hallway, it's dark as hell. And all of a sudden I feel something hit me, hit me. And I was like, oh fuck no. Dropped my purse, went back downstairs till everybody else got there. My purse was just laying in the middle of the thing because I can't. And then the basement is creepy. There is weird feelings down there. It's weird. But there was a ballroom. There's a lot of history of it, but there used to be a ballroom on the very top floor. Of course, ballroom for balls. But also the servants' quarters are up there as well. But a lot of things that they took out and redid are left up there. Their original scaffolding, their original staircase, it's up there.
Interesting.
And so, man, going up there is not pleasant. I no.
I want to try it. I'll go.
Yeah, you just come by and I'll give you a tour. It's really fun.
There's gonna be I guess it's an outdoor concert there, on the 17th, 16th.
I'm at chamber music. We're talking about high noon on the square.
No, I don't know. It's like a Smooth Taste and Lake Dads are gonna be performing.
That's the
that.
chamber music. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
Nice.
farewell tour.
Yeah. Cool. I didn't know if you knew about it.
I know about all the events in Amarillo.
Every event.
Basically.
Oh, cool. They just bark at absolutely nothing all the time. So that's kind of their thing.
Anytime you guys have any comedy open mics or whatever, I put it on there.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's exciting.
For May, I believe we had 60-something events, but June, we already on the books have 97 events or something in Amarillo.
Wow.
So if you want to tell me there's nothing to do in Amarillo, you just ain't trying, boy, and a lot of them are free.
Where do you find these events? Chamberofcommerce.org.
So you actually go to visitamarillo.com/events.
visitamarillo.com/events.
Yeah, and if you have events that you'd like to tell me about, literally, you can text me, you can call me, you can whatever. I'm here for you.
That's exciting.
If it's tourism friendly, so like Intraland, tourism friendly, Bad Magic, Lovestock, any of those.
Oh, Bad Magic was cool.
Are you gonna go to so Lovestock and the Chamber Fireworks Extravaganza are the same day. At the same time. So if you go to those, you'll probably see fireworks. You'll probably,
Yeah. Nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
Lovestock is fun.
There's a lot going on. A lot going on in little old Amarillo. So
There is a bunch of weirdos out here doing
I think
weird
the
things.
population of weirdos is going up.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
Which
Absolutely.
I'm down for. And it's fine.
It's cool.
Yeah, man. You know what I haven't done in a long time that I really want to do?
Meth.
Yeah. No, take a vacation.
Oh, yeah. I just did that.
A solid vacation, where you don't do shit.
I think we need more vacation time.
I do
I'm
too.
pretty sure I only get 2 weeks a year,
Yeah, I do too.
which is shit.
Yeah,
It's garbage.
So currently, so my office, our fiscal year is October to October. So I started January 3rd. So I only get 1 week of vacation time this year, but if I use any of it, I will only get 1 week for next calendar year.
Trash.
So I haven't decided. My favorite band is touring this month, and I can't go.
Who's your favorite band?
A Day to Remember.
Oh.
Yeah, they're touring this
Bumper
month.
sticker.
That's true. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna do. I might go to Santa Fe for a weekend. I have a friend who lives there, and I can just stay with him and go to Meow Wolf and go to his dad's brewery.
Have you been to Meow Wolf?
I haven't been yet.
There's a brewery there too?
Yeah, there's a brewery. Yeah.
Wow.
Let's go.
I'm down. When I was in Denver, I was looking at breweries, and I was like, oh, there's 10 within a 5-mile radius.
Oh yeah, it's like a thing.
Denver's crazy.
Yeah, dispensaries, breweries.
Beautiful place.
Whew.
A lot of heroin people, but
I mean, yeah.
comes
Well,
with that.
is it heroin or is it? Are they popping pills?
I don't know. I mean, they had I saw
pills.
people with the heroin lean, but I could come from pills too. I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem: opioid crisis, obviously, but now they're cutting heroin with like fentanyl. They're cutting.
Yeah, but doesn't
heroin
that kill you immediately?
No.
Because that's how Mac Miller died. R.I.P.
Yeah, so it can kill you, but it doesn't always. So now people are if they take like ecstasy, and they've cut it with fentanyl. Now they're addicted to fentanyl, and so that's how people are dying. And that's like you can't tell between heroin and if they have an opioid. I mean, it's the same thing basically.
Crisis at the border, folks.
Yeah, well, they're talking about they think it's the U.S.-Mexico border, but y'all.
Canada's sneaking in on us.
And then I got a problem. I watch Vice all the time. But I watched this one thing about how MDMA is cut in England because MDMA kills a shit ton of people in England.
Yeah.
Because they all rave. Like, that's a thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Increases your heart rate and everything.
Yeah. But they're making so MDMA is getting made in Holland.
Mm-hmm.
And then shipped over.
Mm-hmm.
But they can either, like, some people have pill presses, and they make their own MDMA pills. So you get the pure MDMA, or whatever it's cut with, and then they pill press it, and then they sell it.
Shout out to the UK.
It's but people make so much money.
Mm-hmm.
This guy makes, like 2,000 quid a day, which is, like, 2,000,
not real
like
money.
$2,300.
And Monopoly money. No, I'm just playing. The quid?
Quid.
I didn't know that was a real thing.
It's quid or euros? One of those. No?
Nice. It's exciting.
Pence? Don't judge me.
I watched a thing about spring break where guys just take ecstasy and sell it. Like, they just dress like tourists, and they sell it for like a week.
Yeah.
And they make like $500,000.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And you don't have to work all year. Which I would fuck with. Horde.
Absolutely.
Honestly, any day that I don't have to work, I'm like, thank God.
Right. It's the best.
It's not that I hate my job. I do not hate my job. I actually really love my job. I just would rather do it at home.
I feel that. I can do my job at home, mostly.
I think I could do my job at home, but a lot of the things that are requested of me, like people just walk into my office and they're like, hey, can you do this? And
I think my biggest problem is wearing pants.
really?
Yeah, I don't want to wear pants.
No, I feel that. I want a standing desk. That's my biggest problem, I think. Because I
hear about
literally
those.
stare at the computer all day. Mm-hmm. I do the database management and whatever. It's a long story. But I sit and stare at the computer all day, and I don't really talk to anyone. And if you know me, which Matt does, but...
There's no one that works by you?
I mean, I have one person who works by me, but she's really, really quiet.
That sucks.
So I don't really talk to anyone all day. So... And that's very hard for me.
Yeah.
I never shut the fuck up, obviously. So, I mean, it's hard. It's hard for my personality, I guess.
For sure. I feel that. There's been days where it's like, I think I've only talked at work, like, the whole day. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of weird. But now I walk around at work a lot because I have a desk job. So,
yeah.
I get up and walk around and talk and get water and... I make a point to like not sit down too long.
Right. Do you feel like as you get older, you have less friends, and you have to kind of force yourself to do things? Is that just me?
I feel like I have more friends, but we're less close.
Yeah, like you have more acquaintances,
Yeah.
like more people you see on a regular basis.
Yeah, but I have less close friends.
Yeah. I have one close friend. Nah, I have two. Yeah, two close friends, and then people who just know me.
But yeah, if I go like hang out with like older friends, It does kind of feel like a task sometimes.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
like,
I see what you mean.
well, and it's just for me. Sometimes but this might be also my mental health. But sometimes I just have to force my ass to do something. Like, there are days, like right now I'm editing a magazine that's due next, like, Friday, and I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna finish, but whatever. And I can't even make myself do that, and that's something I just sit down and do. But I know if I do it at home, I won't do it. So I'm trying to force myself to, like, go to the 806. But then I know I'm gonna see every fucking person I know ever
Yeah.
at the
Absolutely.
806. And so I'm like, well, I could go somewhere else, but then I'm gonna be socially anxious doing it. Which I've never been that way before. It's kind of weird.
Go to Roasters.
God, that's... Oh, I know half the people who work there.
Oh.
So I'm like, maybe I should stop knowing people.
Go to the library.
I know, I might go to WT's library and work on some shit for real.
Nice.
But I don't know. I feel like... And I didn't used to be socially anxious. Like, never had that problem, really. And then all of a sudden, like probably 2 years ago, I was just like, what the fuck?
What do you think caused that? Let's do therapy hour.
Honestly, probably I hate to be that person who's like, my ex, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of the self-doubt and a lot of the negative feelings I have towards myself do stem from being in a relationship with someone who liked to abuse,
Yeah.
emotionally abuse me, I guess. And, told me I would never get into grad school because it was too stupid.
Wow.
Told me, a lot of horrible things. And,
Garbage.
no, he's a fucking piece of shit. Also, if you're listening to this, Nathan, if I see you in the streets, your ass is done.
Yeah. Nathan,
I don't need your opinion.
I hope you get gonorrhea.
Yeah, me too. Or get gonorrhea out of my life. Anyway, but I think that, kind of spurred some of it. And then I'm a perfectionist, so like failing at something really fucks me up. And so, I worked at the Globe News with Matt and I worked at the Globe News together.
Yeah, not together.
You were there when I interviewed, and then you were gone. So
I was out there pretty quick.
Interacted with each other, but I had never failed at a job before. I had never not been the boss. I had never been bad at something to pat my own back, but and I was very bad at that job.
That's good.
I hated it. I hated it. I was bad at it. I had problems going in and talking to people, and I think that's probably what stemmed a lot of it.
It's good to fail. Makes you better.
Yeah, I had one local business owner yell at me, like, to my face, and so I think that, all of that combined.
Like, stop bothering me, like that.
Pretty much.
Stop coming in here.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
I don't want your ads. I don't want to be in the newspaper.
And
I don't want to be online.
I was like, I don't sell newspaper, and they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I did a lot of, it wasn't called cold, it was like the walking in version of cold calling. What do they call that?
Yeah. No,
Door opening.
I
don't know.
It's cold call still, technically.
There was a term for it.
Yeah.
I just forgot what it was. But yeah, that was a good job. I did a part-time job and didn't pay much at all. But at first I was like super into it, and then by the end, I was like, I've already got 3 this month, so I would just go by businesses and take pictures like I walked in, and then I would just drive off. Just be like, yeah, they said no.
You want to know the reality? Natasha and Hillary and I would go to Starbucks every morning, sit, have a conversation for about an hour and a half. Natasha actually sold things, so she sometimes had meetings, but otherwise we would just go home.
Really?
Yeah, we just went home all day and then came back.
As a full-time employee?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Wow.
Making $5,000 a month, too.
Wow. I thought it was just me doing that.
No, every single person on that staff did that. Every single person. Went
funny.
home.
Yeah.
Like, and towards the end, I couldn't do it.
I saw
couldn't do
that
it
building
anymore.
closed down. I wonder what happened to the employees.
Oh, did you not know?
What?
There are only like 3 AGN employees left.
Really?
Heather is still there. Of all those
Heather.
of all
Heather's
the people
cool.
but attitude-wise, of all the people.
Yeah.
And then Ruth went to High Plains Public Radio.
I feel like Ruth left before I did, right? Maybe she
No,
didn't.
she left before I left, but
Ruth is cool as hell.
yeah, Bruce's badass. But Dewey, you remember Dewey,
Yeah.
right? They fired him And he had been there for 35 years or something crazy. Fired him like first round.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he was the best dressed.
He moved to Estes Park and is a real estate broker.
Good for him.
Yeah, and like, mad killing it. Sharon's still there. Sharon Denny. Good old Sharon.
I can't remember which one that is.
Oh, yes, you do. Loud, really loud lady, blonde hair, sat like right up close to the front. You know who she is. Sold ads. Oh my gosh. If you saw her, you know exactly who she is.
I probably would.
They on the like reporting side, they still have like two or three reporters.
Oh, did Sharon talk like a smoker?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she's still there.
I
I love her. She's an angel.
Nice lady.
Everybody else is gone though.
Really?
Yep. Cindy,
I wonder what happened to. Yeah, I was going to ask about.
She
Cindy.
works at Happy State.
Ledesma.
She's the. Cindy Ledesma. I have no idea.
Oh, but the other one works at Happy State. It's a pretty lady. She's a cougar.
Yeah, she's Tim. Dude, I should have filed an HR complaint on him like literally the first day I worked here. Let's just talk about that.
I don't even know which one Tim is.
The big, chunky guy that was our boss, the digital media boss.
Oh yeah, he's the guy that hired me.
Trash, yeah. He went back to Jacksonville. Thank God. And then Natasha was the only one left. Hillary quit. I quit. Eric quit. And then Natasha was the only one left, and she finally left. And I don't know what she does now. We're supposed to catch up. I should text her back.
They were supposed to do a 90-day review.
Oh, yeah, it never happened.
And then let me know if I could move up.
Yeah.
And then I was 6 months in, and I was like, well, it's not going to happen, so I'm going to leave now.
Well, and that company's been teeter-totter since.
Yeah.
But honestly, I predict in the next 2 years, AGN won't even be a thing.
I didn't know it still was a thing right now. I thought because the building closed, right? There's no one in that building?
Yeah, everyone works remote.
That's
I
insane.
believe. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, you know how much they're asking for that building?
How much?
$2 million.
Wow.
Which is worth way more. It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge, but you can't do anything with all that. What do we need all that space for?
Up.
To make warheads? Maybe.
Well, I mean, they could do studio space. There's a lot of options. You know, a library would be great. It would be a great library.
It'd be a sick library.
Huh. If anyone up there, upper in the government.
Or maybe like a comedy place,
That'd be cool.
Comedy theater.
But there's so many, like, different... The only thing that would worry me about that is, like, how much space there is.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sketches me out. Oh, that is a sketchy building, too. Like,
Super sketchy. I used to go to the bottom of the basement and ride that little rolly thing.
Yeah.
I do that on my break.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was at home, so... I don't think that I don't think it'll last. Right now,
you could put a lot of dead bodies in there.
Fuck yeah.
Nobody would
FEMA
notice.
camp or what? It'd be a really cool library. How did you feel about the recent mayoral and city council election?
I was a little sad because everyone I voted for lost. I was trying to go against the Amarillo Matters thing, bring in some new faces, but that's just based on just people I saw on Facebook. Like I know Steven Rosas, that Claudette lady seemed to have her shit together. I don't know. I'm just basing this on.
She just got registered to vote in fucking December. She's never voted in an election.
Oh wow.
She is a stupid bitch. I'm just gonna go there straight out. I hope you hear this. You are a stupid bitch. I can't do it. I can't.
That's hilarious.
But also, so let me just defend my point a little bit. Working with the city, we work with the city a lot. We work with the city council. We work with the mayor a lot, like a lot. And I think there's a really different point of view if you work inside versus outside. And I wish that we could meld those and make it to where people really understood what goes into it, how these things work. It's just it's a lot different, and I think that new faces would be great, but I don't know if the new faces that were presented would be the best option for all of Amarillo.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think so either. The only reason I did vote was because of Hayden Bedigo. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's the only reason a lot of young people voted. It's just because his viralness
The only reason I voted was to vote against him.
Nice.
So, but that's because, I mean, I have my own, he's
Yeah.
a nice guy. Let me state this. Hayden is a very sweet guy. Nice guy. So polite. But I think there was a lot of things that didn't sit well with me personally.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like he did it just for fun. Like he didn't really care.
I mean,
That's how it came across.
yeah, and I think that if you do that, that's fine.
Mm.
But you have to realize that to a point, it's not a joke.
Yeah.
These are people's actual. This is tax money. This is people's actual lives here.
Mm.
People, and do I agree that the North Side needs a little love? Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Mm.
But I think it's also a little counterproductive for you to act like you're from there when you're fucking not.
Mm.
You grew up. His dad works for my office. I know how you grew up. His dad's a fucking pastor. Are you kidding me?
Mm.
Like,
Mm.
and I'm not saying you can't. I don't think that he should have spoken for other people. That's my problem.
I really didn't know any of the details on it. I also didn't.
See, and I think that's the problem.
I also didn't know who he was running against.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know who would be better in that position. Like I have no idea.
Right. Well, but I think that's the problem. I think a lot of us, honestly, I feel like this is what happened in the Senate election too.
Yeah.
Is it Senate? Right? Senator? Yeah. Ted Cruz and Beto. I think that happened too. I think we base our political affiliation sometimes off of, not we, but like younger people, off of the virality of the candidate rather than the actual position.
Mm.
So if you knew the actual position, or if the position was made clear, then I think you have a more informed vote at that point.
Beto is trash.
I think he was good for Texas, but that's because I fare a little bit further that way. But for America, absolutely not. Are you kidding me? None of his idealized things are realistic in such a huge population.
Not at all.
Texas, it would have been a push.
Would have been easier.
But it would have been easier, But the no way in fuck. I'm sorry.
I voted for Ted Bundy Cruz.
I didn't vote. I'm going to tell you that right now. I didn't vote.
I feel that.
I didn't feel comfortable voting for either, personally. So, but working for the chamber, I can't back anyone. I can't
Really?
outright say anything. I can't have bumper stickers. I can't have signs in my yard. I can't.
Is that just locally or all across the board?
All across the board.
So you can't even endorse a presidential candidate?
Nope. I cannot.
You couldn't even say, I'm leaning towards blank?
Can't. Cannot do it.
Is there a way you can word it to where it's like, this person, I find this person.
I will get fired.
I find this person exciting. I find this person interesting.
No.
Who would you have tea with?
I mean, I guess I could do that.
Okay. Out of all the presidential candidates on the Democratic side.
You already know.
Is it Bernie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I really admire Bernie Sanders
Mm-hmm.
for work ethic. I really admire his policies as well. I think some of them are a little ambitious,
Mm-hmm.
but I respect him as a politician.
I like Andrew Yang.
Yeah.
I don't know if the universal basic income is a good idea right now,
No, I don't think it is at all.
but I like his willingness to be to talk to both sides.
Yeah, no, I think productive political conversation is really what we should be aiming for in general.
Absolutely.
Is that going to happen? No.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all.
I also
I think that's something we should
I like
do
Tulsi Gabbard.
Mm-hmm.
She's cool. I don't really know her policies, but she seems like a nice person.
I really want a woman to be president.
I like the fact that she's a veteran as well.
That's true.
I think a president should have served. I think that's a good role.
I think it brings another dimension. I really do.
Especially if you're gonna be calling shots with the military, you should have some.
Know what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, you should have some military background.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think what the? Oh my god, I just lost my whole train of thought. But yeah, no, I agree with that, and I think that brings a different element to, to it. And man, I will tell you though, if we ever had a draft, I'd die first. I just know it.
You think you'd get drafted?
I think that if it became a necessity, women would get drafted. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. The way they're pushing everything.
But I don't.
But maybe they'd draft you and be like, hey, go work in this computer. Go drop drones from Phoenix. You know,
See,
that could be a thing.
I could do that, but I mean, like, if but I think, honestly, I would really love to see some better care being taken of our veterans, of course, and of active duty as well, because
For sure.
the amount of suicides in the military is insane.
Absolutely
Insane.
It's crazy.
And I mean, I had a friend who was in grad school with me. Hi, Sam. And she told us a lot about how tough it is to go through basic. She was in for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
How
What
tough basic
branch
is.
was she in?
She was in the Army,
Nice.
which is, I've heard, the worst for women to be in.
I almost went to the Army.
Really?
Just because they called.
Just because they called me and I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, fuck it. I'm not doing
And
anything
I did that. Is it ASVAB? I don't know.
ASVAB, yeah.
That test they make you take.
Yeah.
And I got like almost a perfect score on it. So like, you can do anything you want. Sign here. You can start. We can ship you out in a month. And I was like, oh, never mind. I just wanted to see how I'd make on the test.
Yeah, you're like, no, I'm
It's
good.
like-
Do you think you're too much of a little bitch to be in the service?
I don't think Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah.
I'm like a soft piece of shit.
I don't. I know I would go like if I didn't feel like I have direction and purpose with what I'm doing right now. I would definitely go.
Yeah.
But
No, I feel like that's a good option if you feel like you're a little lost, if you're,
Yeah.
and I hate to frame it like that, but I think not everyone who's lost, but I think a lot of people who feel lost may just lack structure, and I think the services can give you a good structural.
absolutely,
You know.
like I would. I've always thought about going. I've always respected the military a
Oh
lot.
yeah, me too.
So it's always been an option for me. But I don't know. I don't feel like right now is a good time.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. I think there are a lot of, as I've heard from some of my friends, there's a lot of changes. My friend is getting out of the Marines. I'm sorry, Kelly. The Marines next week, I believe, is when he gets out. And he was like, there's just a lot of changes going on, and it takes a long time for you to get out too. You have to file paperwork pretty early. You have to do a lot of things. And so, I don't know, but after he gets out, I plan on going to see him. He's going to be living in Oklahoma City, so, which is 4 hours. I mean, like, he was like, I could move closer to you. And I was like, 4 hours is pretty close for what you want to do, like military, like computer intelligence, And I was like, I don't think you're going to find the caliber of employment that you want here,
Well, I mean, we've got Pantex and Bell Helicopter.
We do, but Pantex takes forever to get hired on at.
I've heard it takes like a year.
Yeah, so my friend Steven, just got hired. He actually got hired 3 months ago. And they have sent him paperwork and everything. They're waiting on his background, but he won't start for another 6 months or something.
That's crazy.
So, but you have to have such high clearance, and Bell takes a while too. So.
That makes sense. I mean, it's a important job. You don't want the wrong people.
No,
in that area.
But and also, Pantex is a job for longevity, for real. But you know what I admire about that? I would love to work 4 days a week, 12 hours a day. Hell yeah. And then I get the rest of the days off. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah.
Maybe.
I
guess it depends.
I mean, yeah. But if that's, if the structure that you're currently in, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
I think
3
that
days
would
would
be
be good.
better for my sanity. Because I could, work those days and then I could go out of town and not worry about it.
I feel like a 4-day week should be a thing. 5 days is too much.
I would rather work 12-hour days. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, just get it done, you know? And just have the rest of my time to myself, I feel like I'm trading financial security for passion. Does that make sense? So, like, I don't really...
That's what I'm afraid of doing.
I don't really do much that makes me happy anymore.
Oh, well, stop it.
I know. I'm trying to get back into painting and stuff. But also, I think grad school's also...
That's why I don't want to have too good of a job. Because I don't want to trade financial security for passion.
No, yeah. And I definitely...
I feel like I'll be tied to it.
Yeah. And I don't think I'm even tied to it. Like, I love my job, but grad school is the most important thing to me. I am going to graduate with a 4.0 if it
Really?
kills me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you get special things to wear when you get 4.0?
Special cords and stuff.
Special cords.
And you graduate Sigma
It's funny.
Sigma cum laude or beta cum laude. I don't remember the words.
My gown was super basic. It's like I barely made it. Yeah.
I'm here. Mine was. I had a red. I had a stole, an ASA stole. But I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy something fancy. I'm gonna be a bougie ass bitch. Because if I spend $30,000 on something, I'm gonna at least wear something cute at the end of the
What's
day.
with the graduation garb? You know, it's like
What do you mean?
we're all dressing like Shakespeare.
Yeah,
Like
I
all
think
the
it's just-
professors where they wear the big old gowns and shit.
well, that's what I mean. That and the hood. I'll be wearing the hood, and I'm pretty excited about it. But and then the little hat that they wear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is. But there's different ways that you fold your hood to signify your status in academia.
Where does that come from? Is that like something the Greeks invented?
I don't really know. Actually, I do not. You know what? I'm gonna Google it.
Just
I don't
found it
know.
super interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
My Wi-Fi's back.
Where did
Woo woo.
what?
Say what? Yeah, I noticed that.
Lit.
I can Google things now.
Where did academia?
I don't even. Yeah, I'll let you take that one.
Garb. Okay, where did academia regalia?
Regalia. That's what I should have said.
All right, here we go. This is from a Times article, so you know it's real. As graduation, okay, I don't care.
Times don't lie. They're gonna make
Okay.
you subscribe.
Fewer is likely will know why wearing a robe and an unusual hat is a symbol of having finished school. The answer can be traced back to the origins of the first European universities, which were founded by the clergy in 12th and 13th centuries. The gowns and hoods, often brown or black in color, worn by students signified their religious status, marking their difference from the lay people of the town which they studied. As Columbia University points out in its history of regalia, that means the origins of the town and gown divides were quite literal. With few exceptions, the medieval scholar had taken minor religious orders. I don't give a shit about that. Nowadays, more people are pursuing higher education. Having to wear a cap, gown, and a hood can be seen as a drag, especially at a ceremony that's often outdoors in hot weather. Thank God it's not. But the uniform is considered a privilege, and caps and gowns aren't always associated with graduation. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Okay, that didn't tell me anything. I needed to know.
That's cool though.
So it's like, like clergy, everyone being an asshole, pretty much.
So it's a
But
religious thing.
let me tell you. Let me see where the
Clergy means like church thing. It's related,
yes,
right? Okay.
yeah. So that's your
Your monks, your
Yeah.
Buddhists, your not Luciferians.
yeah. So
Lutherans
they're
is what I meant to say.
Luciferians. Oh, I watched something about them too. Vice has been cranking out the good shit. But there are different ways that you can fold your hood. So that
what set you
people
rep,
know-
you know.
Yeah, to see what. God, I hate you. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, or I think it's pretty cool. I can't wait to wear one. I will be very, very happy to be the bad bitch that I am on the inside,
exciting.
on the outside.
And that's you're graduating when? Did you
May
say next
20.
May? Okay.
Yeah.
Got a full 11 months.
So yeah, that's gonna be fine. I'm starting my thesis in the fall, so that's exciting.
White trash academia. Is that what you said earlier?
That's my emphasis. But honestly, I think I'm gonna do my thesis over plus size advertisements.
Ooh.
And like how the advertising industry attempted to harness the plus size online influencer community, but instead of making that a positive change, it actually brought more criticism and brought more hatred towards people who are plus size, regardless of, like, literally every time I post something and someone says you're like a fat piece of shit, which happens all the time.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
Damn.
Whatever. I feel myself feeling like I have to defend myself. Like, hey, I have issues. But in reality, who gives a shit? It's
Yeah,
not-
like my
It's none
butt.
of your business. Yeah, it's none
sure.
of your business. So I think I'm going to do something on that. Because that's something I know. That's something I'm really intimately close with. But I want to do a performance thesis. So I might do... I think I'm going to interview some people and make a transcript and then make it into poetry. So...
Interesting. I was going to say, you're studying the socioeconomic factors and how that affects people's education and everything. Do you have any numbers on that? Because I feel like you're like a grade A example of like, having a bad status and making it work in the academic fields.
I don't have any stats on it at the moment, but I do have. There is this thing which I can't say because don't judge me. So this is the theory of day miraculous. It's not how you say it. I can't say it. Okay, just don't come for me.
Miércoles.
There you go.
Is it Wednesday?
Thank you. I hate you.
Are you naming days of the week?
No, but so it's this theory that when you're a young person in a low socioeconomic area or status, if there is one thing that you're good at, so for me, I've always been excelled at reading and writing. I've always been good at it. So that is the only thing that teachers would compliment me on. They would push that for me. So now in my adulthood, whenever I don't write something perfectly the first time, whenever I don't get an A, I beat the shit out of myself.
Stop it.
See, but that stems from this idea of like, it's a miracle that you can do this one thing, and this one thing is going to be your ticket out of here.
You have to be perfect at it.
Yes. So they're pushing these kids to, and it's not intentionally malicious. They're doing this like, this is your way out. If you can harness this skill, you can do anything. You can leave here. You can go to college, whatever. But in doing that, they are creating this pressure on these kids. So a lot of like anxiety, depression can be correlated to that as well, because there's this. And for me, it's okay. You didn't make an A, therefore, let me give you the process in my mind. Okay, you worked hard on this paper. This paper's not good enough. You didn't make an A, therefore you're not good enough. You're never going to get a job. You're never going to be a professor. You're never going to have a good life. You're never going to be stable.
That's hardcore anxiety.
Yeah, and it surfaces from people telling me this is your ticket out. So if I mess up my ticket out, then I have nothing.
But you can't mess it up unless you flunk out.
Exactly.
So.
But even if you do that, you still have other options. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so it's a lot of that.
And you're only 26.
Yeah.
You got 40 more years to screw things up.
Exactly. But that, having that as a child, it does carry over. And so it's hard. And there are a lot of jokes going around about being in the gifted and talented program, and then you grow up with anxiety and depression, and that's why.
Oh, I was in the gifted and talented program.
Yeah, but you're not.
Yeah. So, boom.
But that that can correlate because you have this expectation set on you.
Yeah.
So.
But I feel like that's just your own thing. That's in your mind.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You created that pressure
It's
for
also
yourself.
different if you grow up in the shittiest situation and all you want to do is get out. So then you become dependent on your skills, which is what I did.
Yeah.
And so
just don't beat yourself up about it.
It's really hard, and you think that it's really hard. Some days I'm like, you know what, I did the best I could, and that's fine.
That's all you can do.
But other days it's that line of thought, and it's something that I can't control. That I just, and like my friends, Allie, Allie always tells me like.
Shout out to Allie Hodgepodge.
Allie Hodgepodge. She always tells me like, you gotta quit saying the 4.0 or no 0.0 thing. She was like, you're just stressing yourself out, because that's my theory, like. Yeah. But that's a goal for me. It's not like
it's a good goal.
Yeah, it's a goal.
But if you don't get it, it's not the end of the world. But you are gonna get it, so fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
Boom.
I'm about to take some stats classes, so we'll see. But, yeah. I mean, it's just, it's different. I think the experience is a lot different for a lot of different people. And if you, this whole scandal of people paying to get their kids into college.
I feel like that's been a day one thing forever.
Hell yeah.
That's always
I'm like, y'all surprised? The
Yeah.
fuck are you doing? You have your head up your ass?
I didn't even realize that was illegal. I just thought that was a thing rich people did. Like,
no, I literally thought, and like, or if you're a legacy, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you're, I thought it was just a thing.
my father went to Harvard and his father went to Harvard, so my son's going to Harvard.
I thought it was a thing too. So,
George W. Bush.
oh, Dub. Little Dub. Oh my god, you're so cute.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I guess that lady from Full House got in trouble.
Felicity
Is she
Huffman.
going to jail? Mm-hmm. Damn, that's intense.
I think so, unless she just gets fined. Which I'm like, she can't fucking pay it. She gets
Yeah,
royalties from Open House. Full House.
She's probably doing all right. She doesn't seem like she's on, on the drugs
she's
or anything.
Not hurting.
Probably doing great.
Not hurting. Neither is her daughter. Her daughter's like, I didn't know it was happening. Yes, you did. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, for sure.
Your mom's a celebrity. Did you think that you were going to get in on merit? Are you kidding me?
For sure.
Here's the thing. Was it P. Diddy, maybe, that posted about his daughter?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, didn't fraud any of this
And it
shit.
was the school that he paid a bunch of money to
Yeah.
put in a studio or something.
Yeah,
Some sort of program.
yeah,
That was funny. He accidentally told himself.
yeah. I'm like, dude. So, I think it's just different. I think education's just different for everyone, and your background definitely affects your...
But I think with college, the way we look at it, it's more of a status symbol than an education.
Yeah.
Especially in that celebrity realm. So
Yep.
it's like, we need to stop doing it like that. Like it's,
Yeah.
oh, I went to MIT. Like
If you went to MIT, great. That means you're very intelligent.
Yeah.
You're, above and beyond. And that's amazing. And you're going to do amazing things. You're going to change the world with technology.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you're a better or worse person
it
than I
doesn't give
am.
you a right to look down on anyone.
Exactly. Yeah, I believe that. Well, and I'm in a all girls group called Spice Girls. I've talked about it before. And
Spice Girls? Uh-huh. Oh,
a
okay.
girl asked, she said, okay, well, here's the thing. I'm a lawyer. I make six figures. Lit. And I met this guy that I like, but he's worked a variety of fast food jobs up to this point, and he has no motivation to do anything different. Am I being shitty because I live a certain lifestyle and I don't want to carry him? And I was like, no,
Not at all.
there is a difference between she's not, and they're like, you're just looking down on him because he doesn't have a college education. No,
Where is this conversation happening?
online in a Facebook
Oh.
group. And I'm like, no, she's not looking down on him. He's a piece of shit, obviously.
Yeah,
He's jumped from job
definitely.
to job,
Yeah.
fast food jobs, no motivation. No, that's called being a piece of shit. If you don't have a degree and you're doing what you love and you're making a decent living, who gives a shit?
Yeah,
Who cares?
I agree.
My preference, I would prefer someone who has been to college, graduated college, because that's what I'll be living in. That's the academic life I'll be living. And I would like somebody who understands the demands, the needs, things like that. I would prefer that.
I don't care as long as they make more money than me.
Oh, you're trying to get a sugar mama, huh?
Yeah, that's how it works.
How's
So,
that going?
It's good. It's going good. Maybe. I don't know.
Voice got real high.
It'll work out eventually. So I can quit my job and focus on my rap career. Lit. All right. So I wanna. I have to use the restroom.
Dude, that's
You
fine.
wanna? Is it okay if I pause it?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Quick pause.
Yeah, at my house, so that's fine.
You have coffee and breakfast burritos every Friday at your house? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it went through me pretty quick.
Yeah.
But we are back recording, here with the dogs,
The dog.
here with the Lord. Jesus, he's in my heart. He can be in yours too. Just gotta invite him in.
He's been in.
It's good. What were we? I don't know.
I don't know what we're talking about, honestly.
I forgot already. But I'll ask a question.
Ask me a question.
When was the last time that you laughed the hardest that you can remember?
Oh, God. Allie and I were in the car, and I said something really stupid, and you ever get in those laughing fits? I don't know if this happens to you, but where you
Yes.
just can't breathe. We were both just being stupid, and I laughed so hard I cried, and it was good. It was a good time. It was hysteria laughing, but it was laughing.
Yeah. When I was in Fort Collins. No, wait. It was Fort Collins. They have marijuana there. You can just smoke for free.
Lit.
Not for free, but it's there. And then we went to this place called Who Hot. And it's like a Genghis Grill kind of same concept where you go and get all the food and they cook it for you. Yeah, I had finished my first plate. And then it was me and Skylar there. And then I went and got my second plate. And I sat down and I started eating, and I looked up, and I realized I was in the wrong booth. I like freaked out, and I'd been using someone else's fork, and I saw the guy coming towards me.
Oh no!
So I got up super quick, and I took the fork with me because I don't want to give him my germs, and then I sat down at my table, and I never looked at him again. But I just thought it was super funny because I stole his fork. So he got back to his table, and he was like,
"What the fuck? Where's my fork?"
Yeah, and he probably saw me. I mean, he had to have seen me, but he didn't. He was
What
like a
the
young.
fuck, Matt?
He was probably in like high school. He was probably like maybe 20 at the oldest.
Oh yeah, so he was like probably scared of you.
Yeah, probably. So luckily, I'm a large man. So
I'm scared of you, and I'm like old.
it's funny because I tried to like hide the fork under my plate because I was worried he's gonna walk by and be like, "Is that my fork?" Like that was my
Like he
biggest
would
fear.
know.
It looks like my fork.
What the fuck, dude? You nasty piece of shit. Like, getting accosted by a high school kid.
Yeah, it's my biggest fear.
Oh god.
But I laughed really hard about that later.
I don't
After it
blame you.
happened.
Honestly. When's the last time that you thought you were gonna die?
That's a good question. I think there's probably been a more recent time. The one that sticks out was when I was in Powder Oak Canyon.
Oh shit.
And I was trying to go down this hill, and then I kept sliding. And then I couldn't stop, and I was sliding really fast. And I was like, oh, this isn't good. And then like I rolled a little bit, and then I like grabbed a tree branch, and I would have fallen on my head. But I like grabbed a tree branch at the last second and didn't fall anymore. And I survived. But I scratched up myself really good.
I remember that the next day after Matt does this, we have a podcast appointment, and I walk in and I'm like, what the fuck happened to you? And he's like nonchalant. He's like, yeah, I almost died. It's like, it's good. It's good. And I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you, dude?
I mean, I might not have been close to death, but I was like panicking in my head. I was like, oh,
Like shitting your
so this
pants.
is terrible.
Yeah.
This isn't what today was supposed to go like.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. No, we went on a tour of Paladura like 2 months ago, and I climbed to the little caves. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And when I got up to the top, I tripped going down. Bitch, I thought I was gonna die. Like, I thought I was done. Done.
In a
'Cause,
cave?
like, you know, you get to the top of the caves.
Is it like where there's like a top area?
Yes.
Where you can look down. Okay, yeah.
So you get to the top, but I didn't go to the top. I just went to the actual like enclosure. Well, then you know there's like a huge rock right here, and then there's all the little rocks. I tripped on this fucking top rock. I thought I was gonna die. Busted my knee, fuck open. But I thought I was gonna die.
Glad you didn't die.
Same.
But then I had to go to like the gift shop and get some alcohol, and I had like my body was like cut up all over, and my mom was just pouring alcohol on me. And then people were watching me in the parking lot and just freak out.
Yeah, they thought you were
My-
dying.
Yeah, probably.
Was your mom freaking out?
No. Well, maybe a little bit. I was super chill about it, though.
Yeah, externally.
Yeah.
Internally, you were like, what?
Yeah. Well, like, I freaked out while it was happening, and then I was like, oh, it's a thing. Nah, I just got to deal with this. It hurt.
Yeah.
So.
You looked rough for a while. Real rough for a while.
Yeah, I landed on my face a little bit.
Yeah.
I still
Beautiful
have
face.
scars on this arm.
Yeah, dude.
It's exciting.
Isn't it weird how your body regenerates? I've always thought that was fucking weird.
It is. For sure. I was listening to a podcast with this dude. Can't remember his name now. Anyway, he was on the Rogan podcast, and he had to have a heart transplant. And they gave him a small, like, woman's heart. And he was like, but his body adjusted to it within like a week. The heart grew
Holy
into
shit.
his body. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know we could do that.
Yeah, no, I think that shit's crazy. I don't know. I just think that's crazy.
Absolutely. Amazing. And then it's also like when they do like studies with like placebos, and then people just have a positive attitude about it, that their body reacts in a positive way.
Mm-hmm. That's why I've
And
decided.
that's mind-blowing that can even exist.
I have decided that if I ever get cancer, I'm literally just going to go into it with positive mindset. Like, with the most positive, like, I'm going to fucking kill it, you know? And
Kill it.
let my body... Because there are very... specific medical things that really can. I'm not saying that what medicine does not help, but I'm saying that mindset really does. I mean, mind over matter.
For sure. I believe it.
For sure.
Absolutely. Yes.
You can do it. Then, like, my motto is you can do anything for whatever amount of time. So, like, you can, all right, I have to do this presentation. You can do anything for 10 minutes.
What do you mean?
Like, it's just another thing. It's just another step. If you find a day that you're having a day it's really overwhelming, and you say you have all these meetings, all of these things, do whatever. If you take it one step at a time, one increment at a time, you can do anything. Eventually, you're going to get to the end of that day.
Absolutely.
So if I have a day where I have 5 meetings and then I have to do a whole lot of data entry or a whole lot of other things, just take it 1 hour at a time. Or break it down 30 minutes. Okay, this 30 minutes, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to put my whole body into doing this. I'm going to be present. I'm going to be cognizant of doing this. And then when that 30 minutes is over, I'll just say, oh, I have another 30 minutes. So this 30 minutes, I'm going to do this, put my whole body into this. So if you break things up, sometimes it helps. It helps me at least.
Yeah.
And I think you can, so when I'm like on the treadmill, I'm like, okay, I'm going to run for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So for 5 minutes, I'm going to do a warm up. So I'm going to go pretty slow. But then you think about it. So I'm breaking that 30 minutes up into 5-minute increments. So that's 6 different increments. So I'm thinking, okay, only one of those is super high intensity. So I'm like, I can do that for 5 minutes. It's fine. It's 5 minutes,
Yeah, it's a good example.
Out of your whole life. Like, think about how many hours, how many minutes, how many days. Your whole life, that's 5 minutes. You're taking 5 minutes to do that.
For sure, yeah. That works a lot with working out. Just break it down as much as possible. Because, I'll do sprints on the treadmill, but I do them for, 45 seconds. 45 seconds on, 45 seconds off.
Yep, and that's how Couch to 5K trains you for a 5K. You do a minute and a half of brisk walk and then a minute jogging. And then as you go forward, your jogging time gets higher and your walking time gets lower, but still, it's that incremental thing.
And it's crazy how fast you can notice a difference, just from doing treadmill. You're like, oh, I can, because once you push past the point you think you can't go,
and then you just
you're like, oh, my brain was just being a bitch, and then you can go way further than you ever thought was possible.
Yeah, you can do anything. I mean, it's really like she's cracking out. Hey, do you want to do the Martha's Home Slackathon with me?
I don't know what that means.
You walk a 0.5K and then you get to drink.
Sounds dangerous.
For charity, though.
Okay.
It'd be fun.
What's Martha's Home?
Martha's Home is children's home, I believe.
Was that like Ronald's house? Ronald McDonald's house?
Ronald's house. Is that like Ronald's house? Let me see.
Similar concept.
Once again, I think it's a wow, Martha's Home's the first thing that pulls up. It's a homeless shelter. I'm a dick.
See, I immediately thought Martha Stewart had like a new catalog or something.
This place is literally right down the street from my house.
Martha's Home?
What am I doing? Yes.
Right down the street from Tessa's home.
Yes, right down the street from my home. My home. Yeah. So,
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah,
do you have that anywhere in your house?
No, fuck me. What I would look like? I have Take It Easy on my wall because I need that.
Take it easy.
Yeah. I think I'm going to buy some plants today. That is irrelevant to
plants
like everything.
Are good.
But
they make you more productive. Did you know that?
Plants?
Yeah.
I didn't know
like
that.
If you put plants in your office.
Really?
It'll be more productive.
I feel flowers are my favorite thing in the world. Like my actual favorite thing on the whole planet. So, like if I have flowers or like I have potato vines everywhere in my house. And so
I'm not sure what a potato vine is. I'm gonna Google potato vines. Potato vines. It's a good name for a band.
Potato vines.
Hey, what bands were playing when we were at Golden Light?
That was Black Box Theater, Vamping, and Lake Dads.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm excited for Lake Dads. They're supposed to drop an album soon.
Yeah, she's sweet.
Before they go on tour.
Sweet.
Oh, potato vines. Those are nice. For some reason, I was picturing like vines that Tarzan was swinging from. So different vine.
Very.
Are there potatoes under there? Are there potatoes under your vines?
No.
No.
But they're very low. Like, you don't have to really do anything to them. They're low light.
Low
you wait
maintenance.
till the soil is dry to water them again. So I have one in my bathroom, one in my living room, and then I have a snake plant, which is, they look literally like that, in my bedroom. I have cacti in my bedroom.
Cacti.
I killed my tomato plants the first fucking day I had them, so that's really cute.
What'd you do to them?
They need high sun. But I forgot them on my front porch. Walked out the next morning, completely dead because it had been like 90 degrees that day.
Oh, too high sun.
But they're $1.
Too much sauce.
Like, I can go buy some more.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just
That's cool.
pissed that I messed them up.
Do you have like a garden area in your backyard?
My dogs would eat them immediately. So I have like little pots on my windowsill. So I think I'm going to try to grow a watermelon though.
You should. That'd be awesome.
But I'm like...
They just grow one at a time?
Yeah.
Oh, too bad.
But you can buy... I mean, the plants are like $1. So you could have,
Really?
10. But they're temperamental. That's the only thing that I'm like worried about.
What does temperamental mean?
Temperamental. So if it's too hot, they'll die. If it's too cold, they'll die. If you water them too much, they'll die. If you don't water them enough,
So you
they'll
gotta
die.
get like a greenhouse.
Well, I would love to have a section of my yard that was a garden. But once again, dogs. But also, like, this is lame. But like, when I have this weird thing where I like to have dates at my house, which is probably a bad idea, but not like immediately. But like, so say we like go out.
Yeah, don't do blind dates at your house.
No, fuck no. But say we like go out, get drinks, whatever, and I don't really date anyone that doesn't have a mutual friend with me.
That makes
That's
sense.
like, kind of weird. Which kind of limits the pool, but
It does, especially in Washington when you move there.
I know. But I already have a guy that I did.
Ooh,
I like whatever. Anyway.
Instagram. Okay.
He's Asian and British.
Nice. That's exciting.
Well, yeah, he's Laos British.
Laotian by the ocean.
Anyway, but like we go out to have a drink
Yeah.
or whatever the first time we have a date. Like second date though, I like to do like weird stuff. Like I like to, like I've
Tie people
planted. Yeah, we've like planted things or
Whip 'em.
Like what?
Like you pull out the whips and chains.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's first date.
A first date, okay.
Or we do like drive around and sing, or we hang out with the dogs, or whatever.
Chill.
Yeah, just hang out
Laid back.
in a place where I need.
What are you doing? She couldn't get up.
She's like spinning out on the wall.
But that's cool. Bring a second date to your home.
Yeah, but only if I feel comfortable with them. Only if.
Yeah.
And I always have, video recording of them coming to my house because I have a video doorbell. So.
Oh, nice. Have you had any stalkers? Has that ever
No,
occurred?
I have not.
That's good. That's good.
I've had people who won't leave me alone, but not like at my home. I don't know. I'd be okay with somebody sending flowers to my home though, or to my job.
Send flowers. Send flowers. Laotian, British man.
He's not that way.
Oh.
I'll have to tell you that story later.
Send flowers, other dudes.
Yeah,
Or ladies.
Or ladies,
Wink.
yeah.
Wink, wink.
Ladies, dudes.
Blankety blank.
Boots.
Bootsy Collins.
He's so cute, dude. I don't want to die.
He shakes his ass a lot.
He does. Me
Too
too.
much. I would say too much.
No.
Anyway, another question. If you could... I stole this from another podcast. If you could make everyone in the world do something for 30 days, they have to do whatever it is you say for 30 days straight, what would it be?
I think I would have them live on $1 a day.
Ooh. So you'd have everyone die.
Maybe just the rich, and then we could eat them.
Eat the rich. That would be in my kitchen.
But, yeah. But I think that would really humanize people. I think
Yeah.
they would be able to not totally understand, because at the end of the 30 days you get to restore your wealth or non. But I think it would really bring a little bit of awareness and honesty to to poverty.
Yeah.
Because yes, third world countries, there's poverty. There's poverty here too.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that having the 1% live on $1 a day might change their tune a little bit.
Yeah. And then I feel like that would change everything, because then you'd be like, I have $1.
Yeah.
I got to go meet with a couple other people who have dollars, so
and
we
then
can
group.
it'd build a community. I like that. So
What would you
it's
do?
cool. What would I do? That's a good question. I haven't thought about it. I haven't thought about my own questions. I would. Everyone love $1 a day is a great answer. See, I've heard good answers, and I don't want to take other answers, so I got to think of something specific to me. I would have everyone not use the internet.
Not use the internet. Okay.
Or I guess specific. Yeah, I was going to say specific to social media, but you can just find garbage with news articles too. So just stay off the internet for 30 days.
Yeah, and just live life and be present.
Yeah,
And learn something not from Google.
absolutely.
Fuck yeah. No, I feel that. I feel it. That'd be dope.
Yeah. Dogs are down.
Sebastian. Shh. Sorry. I get really distracted by the dogs because they're
too.
fucking cute.
He's probably barking at a squirrel.
Loud. Yeah. Dude, he's thick though. Thick
Yeah.
2Cs. Not
sure.
as thick as Sandy, but
Which one? Which one's? Oh wait, Sadie.
Sadie.
Yeah.
Sandy, Jesus.
I was gonna ask which one Sandy was, but yeah.
I
Sadie's
don't know either, obviously.
She's the oldest one.
She's limber, dude. She's a limber dog. She's
like
15.
Yeah, she has the deepest voice too.
Boof.
See,
Okay. If you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would you eat?
steak.
Damn, that was a fast
Yeah,
answer.
beef.
Beef.
Beef or eggs. It's really close.
Eggs.
I don't want to give up eggs. No, yeah, I'll go with beef. Yeah.
Beef. I think mine would probably be
Beef.
strawberries.
Strawberries, really.
My
Interesting.
favorite.
You would only eat strawberries.
Yeah. I mean, would I probably fucking die? Yeah. But strawberries are my favorite. Dude, you know what? Okay. This is not a sponsorship. I wish it was, but I'm gonna plug something.
Strawberry Fields. Shout out the Beatles.
Boar's Head dark chocolate hummus, bitch. It is 80 calories for a tablespoon.
I didn't know you could have dark chocolate hummus.
It's fucking amazing. It tastes like brownie batter,
Mm.
but it's healthy for you. Bitch, I eat a lot of it.
Have you heard of like cookie dough butter? Mm-mm. This is the thing I just heard about.
Cookie dough butter?
Maybe it's not maybe it might just be cookie butter. But it's basically like cookie dough, and they just sell it in these jars. I saw it at United,
Oh, yeah.
but I was like, what the fuck? That exists.
You know, it's really suspicious to me that everyone's like, if you eat cookie dough, you'll get salmonella, but now they sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch.
That is interesting, but they sell it without the eggs.
I know, but still, quit fucking lying to me.
But also, Rocky drank eggs, and look how good he's doing.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he's doing good. I don't know.
I don't really know either. So what do you get for your meal prep from Monty?
It's a variety of things. It's always like a protein, like either pork or like ground beef or chicken, and then there's always a vegetable, like spinach, a carrot slice, really good carrot slice. I don't know how she does it, but it's good, and like a starchy thing like mashed potatoes. And it's just like that, right there.
How much is it, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, seven a piece.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay her $70 today and get like lunch and dinner. That way I don't have to.
$70 ain't shit, especially if you don't have to do anything.
Yeah. It's hard to spend less than $70 at the grocery store. So at least for me.
No, yeah. Well, and I have to. So I have like sensitivities and stuff. So like gluten sensitivity. I'm just a fucked up person.
Oh, all
but
her
also-
stuff is gluten and dairy free.
That's what I'm talking about. Because I'm lactose intolerant.
But it's,
so.
I mean, she might have vegetarian options if you talk to her. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if she gets that specific.
I could ask her.
But there has to be a lot of people meal prep around town, so I feel like there has to be someone who's doing vegetarian meal preps.
I know there's keto. I know there's GF. But, so, like, if I go to the grocery store, like, I drink coffee every morning, but I use almond creamer. Because it doesn't make me sick. So, it has almond milk in it. So, like, I'm drinking coffee. But, you know, so that stuff is expensive. Like, a bottle of almond creamer, hi, kitty, is, like, $8.
Damn.
But it's the big-ass bottle, you know? But still, it's expensive. And then if I, like, buy almond milk, or if I, you know, anything, and if I like to eat gluten-free stuff, it's a little more expensive. Vegan stuff's expensive. So.
Do you have a gluten allergy?
I don't have an allergy. I have an intolerance. So
Intolerance.
it's kind of just hard for my body to process. I can't really process, like, porks, anything. Like, I'm going to die later, probably, from eating that breakfast burrito. But I can't really process pork. Like, I can't eat bacon.
Really?
So
Is beef hard to process too? What's the best meat for you?
chicken.
Chicken, fish, good.
I don't eat fish, but yeah. So, like, vegetarian option is the best for me.
Nice.
And then weekends I'll eat, like, chicken or whatever. And plus, being vegetarian is cheap. So, cause,
Yeah,
like,
it is for sure.
pasta, cheap as shit.
I wasn't eating pork for a while. I'm probably pork's bad for you, but
Yeah, because there's no temperature you can cook it at where it gets all the bacteria out.
yeah, it's kind of gross. But anyway, I would go to like McDonald's and get their like sausage McMuffins without the sausage, and it'd be like $1 a piece.
Sausage McMuffins without the sausage, so just cheese and bread?
Yeah, but it's like
The
well, you can get egg on it too. But
oh, okay. I was like, what?
yeah, but it's like the meat is what makes the meal expensive. So if you just go to any restaurant, anything like that, and just be like take the meat off, you get a big ass discount.
That's true. The only thing I don't like about vegetarianism is a lot of people just eat a lot of pasta, and that starch is like gonna kick my ass. You know, like I ain't trying to fuck with that.
Yeah, and then I mean, the U.S. pasta is like way worse for you than like the pasta they have in Europe.
Oh yeah, no, definitely so. And a lot of theirs is pre-made and pre-cooked, and so you can, you know, but they eat a lot of meat pies over there too. So like, don't think that it's.
I don't know. Everything they do seems to be healthier than everything we do.
No, yeah, and they sell smaller portions.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's more expensive, but it's smaller portions.
And like in Italy, they eat dinner at like 10 or 11 p.m. Like
That's
super
great.
late.
And they drink wine
Yeah.
a lot.
But they're also like, they walk around a lot. They seem to
That's
be
also
enjoying
why I wanna live in a
themselves.
city.
Yeah.
I love walking. I walked 15,000 steps in a day in DC, and it didn't even faze me.
Nice. Yeah,
Because I loved it, because I wanted to walk.
I walked a ton in Colorado. Like Denver and Fort Collins, it's crazy. Like the pedestrians like run that shit. Like everyone's braking all the time to let pedestrians go by.
Yeah,
It's like
no,
the polar opposite of Amarillo.
Yes, because
It's
we're
like-
on the walkability scale, we're like at the bottom,
yeah, for sure.
which sucks. But I loved walk. I mean, I love places where you can walk. I love Austin. Like I'd move to Austin, heartbeat.
And just the simple act of walking, not even jogging,
Yeah.
like just walking after a meal, like helps with everything.
Did you know that walking and jogging burn the same amount of calories? I've
heard that.
My cardiologist told me that.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, people have been scamming you for a hot minute. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, fuck me.
And I've also read that like high intensity intervals, like the sprints, and then you go back down and then sprint again.
It's bad for you.
Well, no, I was told it burns calories. It burns more calories than a consistent jog. But
Yeah.
I don't know, it might be bad for you.
It can be bad for you if you have other issues. Because of the yo-yoing effect, it can be bad for you.
Oh,
And you can also
interesting.
pass out from it because your blood pressure drops.
Oh, I see.
But honestly, for me, it's like pretty consistent. Like, I think and then, like, people don't know about their max heart rate and what their max heart rate should be.
Yeah, I've been reading about that. I'm actually studying to do personal training.
Hell yeah.
And I'm on chapter 10.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like your max heart rate is very important. That's why, like, things like Orange Theory, stuff like that, is good because they can monitor what's going on with your body.
That's what Orange Theory does?
They monitor your heart
I wasn't sure what that place was.
monitor your heart rate and you know the level that you need to be on. So obviously if you're in a workout class, not everyone can be on the same level.
Yeah.
And they know that. And so they take your all of your stats and fit that fit that workout to you doing it at your pace. And everybody's doing it at their own pace. So it's not like you're still doing the same thing. So you're still rowing.
Yeah.
But some people can row faster. Some people are slower. Some people need more time, things like that. So it really delves into your personal needs.
I just go hard, like as hard as I can at everything in the gym. And it works for me.
Yeah.
But,
I monitor my heart rate all the time. It's part of my OCD. It's part of one of my compulsions.
I probably should.
So
It'd be interesting to see.
So my average, like right now, my heart rate's at 91 because I drank coffee and because I ate.
Mm-hmm.
So those two things, obviously your body is working harder, and caffeine make sure, to make your heart rate go up. It's proven. And so, but normally my heart rate is around 63, 64, which is really good. That's why when people say you're unhealthy and you're a piece of shit, I'm like, I'll fucking kill you, because the American Heart Association, you're a good heart rate is between 55 and technically 80.
Damn, 80's fast.
No,
Is it
91
not?
is fast. No, so Allie has she had PSV. Paul, I don't remember what it is, but
Pulmonary
her heart rate,
sclerosis viacis.
something. Her heart rate when she had to go to the hospital, they had to give her a beta because her heart rate was 210 or something, and she was pretty much tachycardic, having a heart attack, pretty much.
Oh shit! From what?
There's an electrical pathway in your heart, and hers was fucked up, so she had heart surgery.
That's scary.
Yeah, that's very scary.
Glad she's okay.
Yeah, so now when her heart rate's like 180 resting, she's like, well, that's fine. And I'm like, bitch, no, it's not. Like 180 is cap, where you should be cap.
180's terrifying. Wow.
Yeah. Even when I'm working out, like I'll get to if I'm doing HIIT, I'll be 177, and it feels like I'm dying. So.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm addicted to it. Can't wait to work out today. That's all I'm thinking about. Anyway.
I'm about to get day drunk, so.
Interesting. Where are you getting day drunk at?
I don't know. My friend texted me and said, hey, you want to get day drunk? And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't like I like the act of getting day drunk. I just don't like after when it's 5 p.m. and I'm like, I'm done for the day. I have to go to bed.
I have shit to do, so.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Party it up.
Yeah.
I'll wrap it up with one last question.
Okay.
If you could go back
Okay.
to 16-year-old Tessa,
Oh, God.
what advice would you give yourself?
You don't have to be anything different for people to love you.
Oh, that's great advice.
There's a lot of ways that I changed myself for a really long time. And I realized that that's not... If somebody loves you for something you've completely changed about yourself that you're not comfortable changing, then they don't love you.
Mm-hmm.
They love what they're projecting onto you or what they see you as. They don't love you. And, and I think we put a lot of emphasis on romantic love all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be romantic love. You can have love in your life without having a partner. You
Absolutely.
can have, like you. Like, I love the fuck out of you. I'd do anything for you. If you asked me, I would get
Same.
up at 2 a.m. and come and get you. And,
For
if
sure.
you needed somewhere to live, you could live with me. I would do anything for you because I love you so much.
I love you too.
But that, and that fulfills me. I mean, I don't have a partner.
Yeah.
But I have people who love me, and they might not be too many of them, but they love me, and I think that's enough.
Nice.
You don't have to make yourself somebody different for somebody
For
to
sure.
love you.
And I kind of noticed that, like people say, like you have to love yourself. Obviously, that's cliche before getting to a relationship, but you also have to be like independent enough to the point where you're like, I don't like you need the person because they're your spouse or whatever, but like you don't, that you can live without, like you can handle yourself.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people get too dependent on someone.
Yeah, and I was definitely like that when I was younger. Very dependent.
It's easy to be that way.
On them to provide me happiness when the reality is I'm the one who creates the happiness for myself. I'm the one who has the ability to do that. And so if I can't do that, then how am I expecting someone else to do it for me?
In the words of Cat Williams, you have to be in tune with your star player.
In tune with your star player.
Yes. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Pimp Chronicles.
Yeah.
It's the Pimp Chronicles. All right, we can wrap it up. We are at 149. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for the donuts. Shout out to Grandma's Cocina. They're a sponsor of the podcast. I'm just kidding. They're not. But Dunkin' Donuts might be in the future if they want to be. They don't. They don't.
Yeah, no, I get it.
All right.
I'm plugging my handles, even though I don't have
plug your
social media on
handles.
on my phone.
I'm plugging my love handles.
Oh, yeah, my love handle's been plugged for a long time ago. So, Tessa Lanae on Facebook, LANAE'. Tessa is a Galaxy Dancer on Instagram. Hey, Tessa Lanae on fucking Twitter. I don't really check social media that much, but if you have events you'd like me to pump up in the
Harley
Amarillo
Party.
Area. Harley Party, I can't. It's not tourism friendly.
Oh, well, I'll be there.
I want to volunteer. Anyway. Yeah. And if you meet me in person, which you'll know it's me because I'm loud as fuck, I love you already. Just know it.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say, I think it's the 15th. Is that going away tour?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That'll be in front of your job?
I don't know if it's going to be there or if it's going to be in the Fabianci space.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you for listening, everybody. I'll see you soon. I think I might upload 2 podcasts today because we did a high history podcast for 420 and we still haven't uploaded it because it's stuck at George's house. But yeah, hopefully it's episode 84. I think this is 83. But thanks for coming by.
I love you.
That's how I sign off now.
That's your sign off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Peace.